Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to you. Thank you so much for tuning in wherever you are tuning in from. Thank you so much. We are so excited again. We are in episode number 2 for enhancing learning with augmented and virtual reality. So today, we know we learned a lot about AR last week, but now we're going to be learning about amplifying student voice in the classroom using these AR and VR tools. And if you haven't met us before, my name is Teresa Castro.
And I am Ricardo Recinos.
And we are both technology toasters from Hacienda La Puente Unified School District. As always, we like to go over our objective just to make sure we are all in the same place before we start. We want to discover new AR and VR technologies to enhance student learning, bring learning to life by allowing students to be creators of digital content, not merely consumers. So that brings us to our episode today, because last week we demonstrated a lot of things, but today we're going to be going over a lot of great tools where students are actually the creators. So this is going to be really fun today.
Yeah, and I think that's the key, right? How do we spark students' creativity, right? And then to be able to do that, we have to let students lead. We also have to be able to be flexible. I've seen some of these apps that we're going to see today where we need a big open space. So don't compromise the space when you're talking about augmented reality, okay? Because you do need a big space for the kids to use. Also, create opportunities for social impact. We'll talk about how our kids can create, but also use this for social impact. And finally, you have to showcase the student work. Yeah, they're creating, they're being creators, they're doing amazing stuff. So let's showcase that work. Okay.
Absolutely. So we're moving away from being merely consumers and now being creators, which is amazing. So our purpose is to explore highlights of the following tech tools. This looks like a lot, but we're going to get you through it. I promise.
It is a lot.
We're going to be doing Halo AR, Discovery Sandbox
Halo.
AR. He started saying, here we go. It's a good start. CoSpaces, Object Viewer, Artivive, and Flipgrid AR. There's so much more, and we tried to narrow it down. This is the best we could do.
And again, yes, as Teresa said, there's so many other ones where students can be creators, but we want to just feature some of them today.
Absolutely. And our non-purpose, as always, we don't expect you to throw out anything you've been doing. Please don't feel limited to what is shared today, because we know the AR and the VR world is constantly growing. All right, so that we continue, we wanted to remind you again from last week, just especially if you weren't there, our definitions for things so that we're all in the same understanding as we learn these new tools today. What is augmented reality? And instead of going through this whole thing, really, it's just, taking digital content and putting it in the physical world. It's as if you're actually there with us in our world, right?
And we're not bringing the T-Rex back today because it was scary. So we're going to stay away from that today.
And if you want to see that, you're going to have to watch our last episode.
Yes, so just exactly bringing the digital content into the actual world. That's the best definition.
Absolutely. And we are also bringing back from last week, as normal, the principles of powerful learning. So we're not just talking about AR and VR for fun, but the pedagogy behind it. How do we want to actually use this in our classroom so we can use it effectively in our instruction? So we'll go through. We want to thank, as always, Jamie Donnelly right here, who we found all this wonderful research and ideas from. So thank you. And so we're not going to go through them like we did before, but we're just going to mention what they are. And this first one is personal and accessible. So your material has to be personal and accessible. And go ahead, we'll just click right through it, Ricardo, if you don't mind. And the next one is authentic and challenging. And next, and also collaborative and connected, and last but not least, inquisitive and reflective. So since we went through these last week, Ricardo, which one do you think applies to student voice today?
I think about our students' voice and also being creators. I think it's all of them, personal, right? Authentic. They have to be collaborative and they have to be inquisitive. So I think all of them apply for them being creators.
So you're saying if we are including AR and VR in our classrooms, then you're actually including all of these elements of the pedagogy.
Yes,
I think so. I like it. All right, so student voice in AR and VR. And so we found these great quotes that, we always want to think of, why are we doing this? Not only is it fun, why are we doing it? So here's some great ones. When students shift from content consumers to content creators, a whole new world opens up for them. And we kind of discussed this earlier, right? Creating content online helps students develop career readiness skills in an engaging manner. So we're getting them prepared. We're teaching them these skills that they are somewhat not even realizing they're learning, right? Because it's fun, it's engaging, and it's preparing them for the future and their career. We live in a world where folks are consuming a lot more than they are creating. It's either like, share, or comment. Is that true?
I
Yeah,
like
for me
that.
it is. But not many people are creating their own stuff to have others like, comment, and share. And it's true, it's a lot of work to create your own thing. So these skills
It
can
is,
teach
and when
them.
we think about our students as creators, the research shows that allowing them to create teaches those skills and fosters habits of mind that encourages student creation of ideas, products with real world applications. So that's pretty
Mhm.
cool.
Absolutely.
At the same time, it creates capacity and enables conditions for student imagination, innovation, and creativity. And finally, students are creators in all learning environments. So once they do it in AR, they can take it outside and do it in all learning environments. So it definitely helps them.
Absolutely. All right, to conclude this part, so student voice in AR and VR, we have to remember these certain things. It doesn't have to be overwhelming, right? Remember that content creation does not need to be expensive. We're not saying you have to go out there and get these wonderful tools, which would be great, but we're not always in the place to do that. You don't have to do that. You can choose the right medium for whatever purpose is, for whatever you're trying to accomplish with your lesson or your project. Make sure students are old enough to navigate the internet's sometimes toxic spaces. So what we're saying is just an example of just making sure this is fitting for your kids. Because I know sometimes we love like students, and sometimes maybe we teach a class that's maybe kinder, first or second. It's not yet appropriate for them, skill wise, and also the content. So make sure that you are being purposeful and conscientious of who your students are. So definitely.
And when it comes down to it, just remember that you're basically allowing our students to turn their imagination into reality. And
Mhm.
at the same time, when they do this, they become students that are basically becoming change agents because now they can see that they can do this in this world and they maybe can take it outside and apply the same concepts.
That's really cool. That's a good point. So for the next parts, we're actually Ricardo's excited already. We're just going to go through a quick preview of what we're going to be showing you and demonstrating for you in a moment. So Ricardo's going to go through this for us. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
So the first one that we're going to see today is Halo AR, and it's just a great app that honestly simplifies AR creation so that your projects can be up and running in minutes. A lot of times, some of these apps like Halo AR that are out there are actually expensive and you have to pay, and you're going to discover that Halo is completely free. It's available for iOS and Android, and it's just you can create, you can discover, and everything happens in the same place. Such a great app. I'm excited about this one.
And that's a really good point, Ricardo, because I think, whenever we share apps, there's a lot of great apps out there, but we try our best to show ones that have good free options, so that, even if you don't have it within your classroom budget, you're able to use these tools.
Correct. And then the next one that we're going to use, and a lot of people are not aware of this one,
Hmm.
Discovery Sandbox AR. Discovery just came out with this amazing app that basically allows the students and teachers to create, share, and even be part of that world. And you're gonna,
Hmm.
I wish I had a big parking lot as I talked about space a little while ago,
I've seen you
because
do
I
it.
can actually turn this parking lot into this amazing
Hmm.
AR world that makes you be immersed in it. It's pretty amazing. Our students are immersed in their learning. Okay, so by placing the stage on a flat surface, you actually can add models and create these experiences. Pretty incredible.
So do you have to actually subscribe to this publisher,
This is
Discovery?
you do not. This is actually free.
I had to ask you that on purpose because that's amazing, right? You would think like, oh, we don't have Discovery, but he just said it's free.
It is free. We are going to go into CoSpaces, and CoSpaces, to be honest, does have a lot of features that are paid features, but there's some stuff that is also free. We actually showed some of this last week, but it's a mixed reality web-based application that allows users to create and engage. Again, to create and engage is the keyword here. Okay, and allows the students the ability to demonstrate their knowledge by building virtual interactive worlds that sometimes can be complex and sometimes can be very, very simple. So it doesn't take a lot, but if you wanted to go to include coding and stuff that is a little bit more
I saw that.
complicated, it's in there too. So it's
So
a
if you
great,
want to,
great,
you
great,
can.
great app. We're gonna look at Object Viewer, which we kind of touched on last week, but you're gonna see how our students can take anything, uh, make it an object that is now part of the augmented reality world, and be able to label it so they can actually present and use it. It's really, really cool.
I'm listening to you, but I'm so distracted by the video on there because I'm already intrigued. But I think you said something cool. I think I
Very,
wasn't
very
sure.
cool. And I think one of my favorites, Artivive, I think we used this one a couple of years ago in the art show. It's just a tool that transforms how art is created and consumed through the magic of augmented reality.
Oh yes, this looks really familiar to me.
Yeah, you'll love this one. You'll remember which one this one is. And I think finally, most people are also not aware of this one, Flipgrid AR. So I
Mm,
know a lot of us know Flipgrid, and if you haven't
yes.
seen our videos on Flipgrid, you can definitely go back and check them out. They're so much fun. I know Teresa makes fun of the augmented reality parts when I go with the app, but this one actually allows you to stick any Flipgrid video your students have created and just printing QR codes and putting them anywhere. I just saw one of our high schools asking our students to do a Flipgrid to tell them how to pronounce their names. So on graduation, and they get called up, they get their names right. It's
That
pretty
is
incredible.
so
I also
smart.
saw some students welcome parents in different languages, and as they came in, the parents just took the app out, opened the app, clicked on the QR, and were able to be welcome in the language of choice. Pretty incredible.
Yeah. I think of some sort of like open house or exhibition and things like that, and parents can come through and watch their students' videos, just kind of going through the. Wow, I'm just all right. Well, I'm getting ready for that one.
Right, so we're gonna go ahead and try to start it. We're gonna start with Halo AR, I believe. And in order to show you this, we're actually gonna share our iPad right now. So let me see if I can go in there for a second. Give me 1 second, okay? So let's go ahead and change that. So let me go back and let me stop sharing this. 1 second. And then let me go ahead and try to share my main screen, okay? Can you see it?
I see your iPad.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our first app, Halo AR. And before we actually show you how to create something, we want to show you what it looks like. Okay, so let's give it a second for it to start. It should start right now. I know it takes a while. There it goes. And then just to give you an idea, Jamie, who we talked about, has two books. She actually used this for one of her books. And I want you to see what that looks like. Her immersive classroom book. She actually, when you go on there and you put the halo up on top of it, you can actually see the whale come out and just stand right there. So a way of using it would be something like that. I've also have seen people use it with music, just to show you. When you put it in front of the music, the video comes out. And how do we do this? Very, very simple, okay? So if I wanted to create something, okay, right at the bottom, I can scan to experience something in AR, but I want to create. So our students are going to be creators, okay? And you have many options for this, okay? I can do an image overlay where maybe I want to read a page of a book and I want to take a picture and I want to come up alive and just basically read the book for my students through maybe a YouTube video or a video that I create. I can do that. I can also do a video overlay when I can bring my favorite video from YouTube or from cameras into the real world. So maybe when people are scanning something out on the street, maybe like a scavenger hunt, a video will pop up if I wanted to do it that way, okay? Or text overlay, okay? AR flashcards in this case become part of the real world out there. You can do that. You can do a 3D model overlay and you can do audio overlay too, okay? But I'm gonna keep it simple today. I'm just gonna do an image overlay. So I'm gonna click on it and then maybe I have a book, okay? I have a book right here and I can just take a picture of the book. Okay, or I can upload my own picture if I want to. So I took a picture. Now I have the ability to crop it if I want to. So I think that looks perfect right there. So let me go ahead and crop. Okay. Now I have the option to add a photo. When someone comes and scans it, they can see a photo, maybe the info of the book, or I can upload a photo if I want to. I can put a link in there. I can add a GIF if I want to. But I actually want to actually bring a video in. Okay, so I'm gonna go video. Okay, and I have options to take my own videos. If I wanted to take a video of someone reading this book, I could do that. Or if I
Mm.
wanted to maybe upload a video that I already have or something from YouTube. Okay, so let me go ahead and go to YouTube, and then let's look for dog tags. And I'm not gonna look for the exact title just because of the time today, but let's kind of look for one of them. So I'm looking. It's going to look for those books right there. I have a lot of them, so I could pick any of these ones from here, and I can just, if I was looking for the right book, right, I will take the time and actually look for it.
Yes.
I'm not gonna do that today.
Please don't.
So let's just pick any of them, okay? So let me pick this one here. Okay, so notice that now I have this video that I'm going to choose. So now we bring the video in, and now we have our picture of what is going to recognize or trigger our augmented reality. And now let's go ahead and go next. And it will ask you to save it. And here, give it a name. I'm just going to call it test. Okay. And let me just put it in a collection over here, Racino's draft for now. And then you can attach a hyperlink if you wanted to, but I'm just going to go ahead and save. So sometimes it takes a while for it to save. I'm just going to check to see if it's saved in here. It looks like it's saved there. Looks like it's here. Okay. So it looks like we do have it. Okay, so let's go ahead and try it then. Let's go back. And now we're going to scan. Let's see if we can actually, here we go, and it's reading.
I just started showing the video.
So notice how simple it was to create something like this. So that was Halo AR, and again, you have many different ways of using it in augmented reality. I just did the video, but think about other ways, right? With videos, with letters, with just audio files, with music, just completely up to you. What do you think, Teresa?
You know, I know you went through it quickly, so it seemed like it was a little bit more difficult, but it was actually very user friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So, um,
And there was no extra things you had to do on a real computer. Everything was done through the app. All of the creation happened through the app without leaving that app at any time.
my mind is just racing with all the things I would want to use this for. Not just books, you know, I would use it at different locations to trigger videos, and my students can go out and take pictures of things and, you know, link it to videos that they've done. Or
Right?
it's
There's
just
other
wow.
examples in here that you can see, and you'll see.
Oh my goodness.
So think about our students creating this. We gave you just a taste, but
Mhm.
you can do a lot more than we showed you today.
Mhm.
Okay, so that was Halo AR. Okay, the next one, and again, this is my discovery. It's called Sandbox AR, and I'm going to show you the way it works. And it might take a while for it to load. Okay, so over here, I opened it already, and notice that I can create a brand new world. Our students can create a brand new world, or if we as the teacher wants to start the AR world for them, we can create something, provide a QR, and they can actually come in here. But I'm going to go in here, and then what do we think? I know we always kind of stay with the under the sea, right? Or we do the science stuff. Why don't we do something different today? So why don't we go to the
Okay,
Egyptian
fine.
discovery, okay? So I'm going to stand up for this, okay? And I want you to see how this is going to work, okay? I'm going to click on the Egyptian discovery, and I'm going to find a place on my table, and I'm going to place this there. So now I have a world on my table.
How is this
Notice
happening?
it's on the table, right? You can actually see our computers right here. So it's on the table. But now notice that our students have maybe we call it the sandbox, right? And now they can come and add. So let's go ahead and add something in here. So they have many options to add, okay? But I think I did Egyptians, right? So maybe I go to history, right? Maybe go to ancient Egypt. And I'm going to start adding artifacts. So maybe I want to add, I don't know, let's just add this little guy over here. Okay? And I can choose where to place him. So I'm going to place it right there. Notice that it's going to go right there. I can duplicate another one if I want to, but I'm okay with that one. So notice that it's now there. Okay, let's add something else there. What should we add in there? You want to add a pyramid? Somewhere in there? Why not, right? It's kind of a big pyramid. Make it
Oh,
smaller,
wow.
right? Let's put it somewhere that is open. Oh, there's some trees right there, right? Let's put it right there. How about that? I'm going to place it right there. Okay, and as soon as we'll continue to create, notice that my pyramid, it's there. And everything else that I can add in here by just adding can be added. Notice over here tabletop, but I can go life size. So think about it. Notice how I'm in the bottom right here, where it says to the bottom left, where it says tabletop. I
Mhm.
can go life size, go outside and put this in the gym if I wanted to. I could put it anywhere and would allow students to actually walk through these ruins, actually walk through them. And I know you've seen the video under the sea that I did, and it's just incredible. So just give you an idea of how easy it was for our students to just create. I just place two things in there, but you could do a lot more. Pretty simple.
I just, in my mind, I'm watching this and I'm thinking, you know, when I do my units on different habitats, you know, or if you remember when we were younger, we used to have to do those mission projects on a board. But think of all the possibility for them to do it in something like this, and the students go around and see it 3D. I don't know. My mind was just
They can, and again, they can get the speech, they can share it. Again, sharing what they've created is pretty amazing. So just a little taste of what this looks like. Okay, that was our Discovery AR. Okay, pretty incredible, right?
That's
Let's go
fun.
ahead and move on. I think the next one that we're going to go is the CoSpaces that we're going to move
It's
to.
Coke spaces.
So
Yes.
CoSpaces, we're going to show you how that works. It's just an amazing app. I'm going to go in here, and I recommend that when you use it, you actually do it through the web browser, but we're going to look at it right here through the app right now. So let's go in there. So notice that I automatically have some stuff already in here, okay? So I created something already. I did not create something. Teresa created a project right here all about me. So I did was provide the template for Teresa, okay? And she actually created this amazing project about her, okay? It looks simple, okay? But notice that she gave us a lot of info about her. She talked about her name, what she's looking forward to, and so on and so on. But what I want you to see is I can come now and play. We'll show you how to create in a second, but I want you to see what this looks like, okay? So this is what Teresa created. I'm going to show you how it's going to look right now, okay? So here we go. So notice that I can come in here.
Like a museum.
Like a museum kind of thing, right? I can actually
All
put it
about me.
all about you, right? I can actually come in here, and if I wanted to see it in augmented reality, I want you to see this. I'm gonna place it somewhere. See if I can find it. Okay, let's place it right there. Yeah, right there's perfect. And notice what I just did. So now think about our students showing you what they create.
The kids would love that so much.
Right? One of the great things about CoSpaces is that actually anything that you create, you can also put it in augmented reality. You can put it on the merge cube that we talked about before, or you could also put it in actually VR if you wanted to do it in VR.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So if I had my VR glasses, I'd actually be able to be in this world that is all about Teresa. Not sure if I would want to be there, but
Wow.
So-
Ouch. Okay.
so now that
you.
we've seen that, I do want you to see how easy it is to create. Okay, so let me go back, and then notice that I can come and create a CoSpace from here, from the app. Again, I like to do it from the web version, but notice all of the options our students have. Okay, they can create a 3D environment, and then you have an empty scene, or you give them just a blank canvas to do it, or all about me, which I already had. A COVID-19 action plan on there. There's options already for you. Okay, I can do a 360 image.
So much fun.
If I wanted to do that, I could create something and put it on the merge cube if I wanted to. Okay, or I can create a full tour of something if I want. This is brand new. Okay, so let me kind of go back so I can show you. So again, I can go ahead and go inside of one. I was working on this one a little while ago, and I'll back in a second. Okay, I know that I actually already started creating something that is going to be part of the merge cube. Very easy to just add things in here. Very easy to just move them around, to upload in the bottom. Okay, change the environment. I want you to see what it looks like just really fast, and then I'll show you how to create. Okay, I think I do have a merge cube somewhere in here. So let me kind of here. Let's bring it in. So let's go. So notice how simple this was to create. There's a picture right there. There should be another picture. I'm too close to it probably. For students, there's a video somewhere in between there. So another picture over here. This is something that we just added and created it in the merge cube. It's very, very fast. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back. So now,
Did you throw my picture in there?
I did throw your picture. So let's go and create a CoSpace. I'll show you how simple this is. Okay, I'm going to do the all about me, the one that Teresa did for us a little while ago. Okay, I'm gonna use the template. So again, if for the students that might need a template, some
Very
kind of guidance,
simple.
very simple.
Yes.
Let's just go there and let's create that template right now. So let's go ahead and hopefully there it goes. So let's give it some time.
The great thing about templates is because it's a great way to introduce it to them and get their feet wet before starting from scratch, right? So
Mhm. And I'm using an iPad right now. If I would have done this on just my desktop or on my Chrome, it would have been so much faster.
I've seen it. It is much faster.
So let's give it a chance, and if it doesn't go, we'll go straight to the computer and do it there. Okay. But again, as Teresa said, we just giving them a template so they can actually start creating. But again, notice that this looked very simple, right? When you looked at it, it was very simple. But it can be as advanced as you wanted it to be, and I'll show you how that works in a second. Okay, we're almost there,
Patience.
right? Which is your favorite so far from the ones that we've seen?
Well, I have to say all about me, just not because it's
Because
actually
it was
about
all about
me.
you.
No.
So here we go. So this is the empty
You didn't let
one
me explain. Fine.
that we have. So notice that our kids can change the environment. I don't know if you noticed, but there was like bubbles coming out on Teresa's. You can add music in here. You can change the floor image in here. You can upload pictures so your face will be there and explain to you that your face is going to be there. Okay. But what I want you to see is that it's more than that. Okay. Actually, if I wanted to make my students code in here, I could actually allow them to code as they are creating. They're all about me, and this gets a lot more advanced for them to actually come here and do it if they wanted to do it. Okay? So just so you see that we can have some of those great, amazing coding features that our students are used to it now. So that's kind of great tool. But simple, we just add pictures. They will type in here. So if I click on here, I'll be able to type and so on and so on. So it'd be very, very easy to use if I want to use it that way. Okay. So this will be the way you will use it. Let me get rid of effects, and I get the 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 iPad is not very, there it goes. So like 3 times in here, okay? So I'll be here and I can code, I can do speech, I can do different things. I can come and type the answer. And this one, if I click twice, I can go text. So now I'll be able to answer the question, what am I looking forward to? So just be able to type in here if you want to, right? The picture by uploading one. So just very, very easy to use. And also, if you wanted to use the coding features, also very advanced.
If this is one of those things that you just tell your kids, you show it to them, and I bet you they're going to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty self-explanatory, and they just need to play a little bit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we don't have all the time to actually go into all of the
I
different
wish. Yeah,
features that it has, but we wanted to give you an idea what that looks like. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. We're gonna move on, and we're moving on to what, Teresa?
We are going to Artivive.
Oh my
Oh no,
God.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Object Viewer.
Object Viewer. So Object Viewer is actually a great tool for our students. I'm gonna go into it right now. So here's my Object Viewer, and then what I want you to see is our students can actually take any object, and they can actually create an object that is going to be available in AR for them. So I'm going in there. It's going to take a while to uh, load. And then Merge Cube or Merge EDU just added the ability for you to actually add labels to things as our students are creating. Okay, so they do have a library already done for you. So just to give you an idea, Teresa saw the one in the first on the top left. But let's go and look at one of them if we want to. Why don't we look at some of them are close, I guess. Some of them are paid, some of them are not. Let's just go in here and what do you think? What should we look like? Really quick. You want to look at a dinosaur again? I think we always do that, right? So
We
let's
do
go
love the dinosaurs.
ahead. Let's go ahead and go in here. Okay. And let's just look at an object right now. So again, being over here, they're just being engaged. Okay. So let's go ahead here and then let's go to look at the, I don't know, let's see. What do you think? Pick one, Teresa.
I like the structure of the Earth.
Okay. So let's go ahead and go in there. Did it actually load now? Oh, there it was.
Oh, it was worth the wait.
Right? So there it is. I think options have in their hands now. Okay. So just to give an idea, that's the way it works. And so what I want you to see though, so if you wanted your students to actually create, they actually can bring their own objects in here. Okay. And I have one here that I brought in that I just created. And then once they do that, I can play it so you can see it, and it's going to take a while to load, I guess.
I remember when you were making that a while ago.
And I can put it somewhere so I can put it in the real world. Hopefully it works. And again, it's going to try to scan the surface. So here we go. Tap screen to place. So notice that right there, okay? But I can actually go inside of the app, and I actually can show you how you can add labels to this. Hopefully it will allow me to do it from here. I'm not sure if I can do that in the app right now. Let me see. It doesn't look like I can. I just review it and not actually add the the different terms and so on and so on. So maybe we'll show that at the end because I don't want to get out of the iPad right now.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
So I
Good
will do
idea.
that. Okay. Yeah. What are we going to do next? But we will show how to create and add those in there. Okay. Artivive. So we're gonna show you. This is incredible. Okay. We are actually gonna get out of the app in a second so you can see how that works. But here is the app. Okay. And then I'm opening the app. Okay. And I want to show you. We actually did this with one of our students, okay? And I want you to see what the final product is, what she created for us, what was created. So here she is.
So essentially, you just have a picture.
A picture, right? And then once the
and it
picture
triggers
triggers
those
this,
videos.
we have.
I know what this is like. Aurasma. Back in the day.
Huh?
Aurasma.
Arasma, right?
Yeah.
I let it play because I just think it's incredible.
So your students can have artwork found or a picture, and it'll be the trigger for whatever you want. Videos, a presentation of them talking about it. Wow.
So that's an example of how you will use it. I don't get bored of looking at this.
I don't either.
It's just so
She's
good.
amazing. That's one of our students. So proud.
I was playing with it before, and I actually just to show you. Oh, sorry, it seems like it froze. Okay. Okay, so let me go back. Not sure what happened there, and I want to show you another one. See if I have another one. So notice the moment I take the picture away, it goes away, right? So I was playing with it, and this is my daughter, and I just decided to do something really simple. And notice just again the picture is triggering some of the videos that I have with her when she was smaller, and that's just something that we created really fast. So again, because of the ability of us to share our iPad, I'm gonna go to Artivive after we get out of our iPad, so you can actually see how that works. So we'll show you again the object viewer, and we'll also show you the other one too. Next one.
Flipgrid AR.
So Flipgrid AR. So a lot of you're very familiar with Flipgrid, right?
Yes, many are.
Many are, right? But what a lot of our teachers might not know is you actually can go into Flipgrid, have your students do their normal Flipgrid videos that they do. And then when they've done it, one of the options that you have to share that video is actually what they call Flipgrid AR. Okay, so I'm going to open my Flipgrid app. Okay, and then think about having this maybe back to school night, right? Open house, right? And you have this wall decorated with the students' projects, right? But you record the students basically talking about their projects or explaining their projects, maybe, right? Or maybe in math, showing how they, solve the problem, right?
Yeah.
And now the parents come here and they just go and click the QR, and they look for that QR code. I'm gonna do that right now. Notice what's going to happen. I'm gonna make the video.
So essentially, instead of using a picture as a trigger, you're using the QR
The
code.
QR that Flipgrid actually created for us, right? And it's taking a while. Again, our internet. Give it a
Why is
second.
my name on that QR code?
Not sure.
Part of me is hoping it doesn't work. I'm just kidding.
So this is making it. So let's give it a second. And that's taking
It's
a while.
not meant to be. Let's move on.
Oh, we definitely have to look at it. Here it goes, I believe.
Oh, I.
So notice that the video is actually has become part of our world.
But I'm also very excited. I'm so annoyed by this. But soon, and I'm gonna get some time with my family. Thank you. So you use the QR code.
Stop distracting us from
trigger.
watching the video, please.
To
Yes, we just
watch a
basically
video.
use the QR. Think about all the uses you can have for this though in your classroom. Think about the many ways you can engage your students and have them be part of the classroom, right? And then also show the parents what they're doing too, right? Pretty amazing, I think. Okay, so we're gonna go back. Are you okay?
It's so distracting. I'm trying to focus on what you're saying, but you keep doing that.
Okay, so we're actually gonna get out of the iPad. I do want to show you. Let me get out of the iPad. And let me go ahead and share again, okay? So let's go ahead and go in here. So one of the things that I probably didn't mention when it comes to code spaces, we'll go back a little bit, okay, is that there's so much stuff or so many worlds and so much content that students from all over the world have created and they've been able to actually share with you, okay? So again, I showed you in here that you have the ability to create a class if you wanted to, okay? You have the ability to create code spaces. I think we showed you how to do it already, but again, just really quick, okay? You have a lot of options that are already done for you, and you have the ability to use the merge cube if you want to. So we did have that.
It's so much faster on your
And
computer.
yeah, notice how much faster it is too, right? As I go through here, right, and I decide to create something, okay? Think about that empty canvas for students, right? Where they're just gonna come in here and notice how fast it is. And now they have the ability to do whatever they want to bring in here, including being able to code and being able to debug by playing it and so on and so on. And notice some of our students are used to Python, so that'll be kind of a nice thing to have right there.
Yeah.
So that was it. The object that I was talking about. So notice that before I didn't have the ability to actually come in here and play with it. So here's one of the ones that I created. But notice that now I have the ability to edit. Okay, I couldn't do that with the app. Okay,
Right.
so if I go here and edit the 3D in 3D settings, now I have the ability to. I just added this Tectosa thing that flies everywhere. But our students could be more creative, and maybe they're working. I don't know. On the body system, right? And they take a picture, right? And now they have the ability to come in here. Let me turn it around. Look how cool this is. And I have the ability to add labels if I want to. Okay. So I can click in here and now I can start naming and I'm creating my final product as I go through it. So it's pretty easy to do. Okay. We talked about Artivive before, and then you actually might have seen here were the two projects that we had created before. Okay. Our amazing student dancing and my daughter over here as part of it. Very easy. I would just say AR test just to give it a name. Okay. I'm going to add artwork. Okay. And now I can decide if I want to start from an image like I did before, or I can start from a video. So I'm going to select a file if I want to start from an image in here. So let me just find a image. It doesn't matter what it is right now. Let me go in here and just find anything. Okay. And then let me just go on. What is this? Teresa Magpio Flipboard. Oh, that's the Flipboard. So I'm not going to go there. She got scared. Just pick something. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay. So let me just pick that. Okay. So this is the one that I'm going to use. Okay. So that's how I'm going to do it. Okay. And I can start creating from here. Okay. So I'm going with an image in here. So that's the one that I want to use. So and then now we need a video because it's going to create something with the video. So maybe I had us coming out of the video. So I will do the same thing. And I can come in here and select the video. I'm not sure if I have any videos in here. I might. So just open this one. Okay. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to go ahead and create now. So that both of them should be created. And then says something about adjusting the video, right? Oh, the aspect ratio. So if you notice that one of them was the aspect ratios are different, so I have to adjust them. But now that I've done that, I can come in here and actually create, just to give you an idea what that looks like. Let me go back home. So you can see what it looks like when you actually do it. I think we have time to actually create it, but here it goes. So I would have brought a picture. I brought about a couple of videos. I think we brought in like 3 videos for the work with this student. And notice that I had my original picture, right? And the videos that I added in here. And then I decided where to place them, how I wanted it to play, when I wanted it to play, and so on and so on. And it was just very, very simple to do. Okay? You can see the world, how I did it. And that's what you saw when we actually played it. Okay? And then finally for Flipgrid, there's nothing different you have to do. You have your groups, right? You have students have created their answers already. So if I go to Espanol over here and I go to one of my topics right here, and I wanted to maybe share this particular, or my whole class, okay? All I do is I go up here and I say, give me the QR. And now that I have the Flipgrid AR code, I can print it, put it somewhere. And then if you have the app, you just put it right in front of it and you'll be able to experience that video in augmented reality. So I think we ended up covering a lot of apps. Hopefully that was fun. And you learned how we can actually not just have our students be engaged in which they are consumers, but also be able to come in, use some of these apps and create for us and be able to just unleash their imagination and be creative for us.
Absolutely. I kind of feel slightly overwhelmed. Just I feel like it's so much information. But, I think for me, I would go back and watch again and probably learn something, pause and try it and play with it, and then go back and try something else because that was Wow, good choice. Good choice. There are tons of amazing things. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you found it useful. Try out one or two things. And when you have a chance, try out the rest because our students are really going to benefit from being creators and using these tools. So, yeah.
And I think we'll be back next week, and
Yep.
we are
Mhm.
going to move from augmented reality
To
into
virtual
virtual
reality.
reality.
Yes.
You do
Very
not want to
exciting.
miss Teresa with those big glasses on her
I
face.
think his goal is to embarrass me. It's working. Thank you so much for being patient with us. And we hope you loved it and we love doing it. So we will see you again in a week.
Bye bye.